Hello students, welcome back. So in this session, I'm going to be talking about sets. So sets are another container for data, just like you have list, tuple, dictionary. So these are another container for data. Now there's something about sets. Number one, they are not ordered. Okay, I'll tell you in a minute what it means by that. And they contain only unique elements. They cannot have duplicates. And this is a pretty handy tool. So let's create a set first. So the way you create a set is using these curly braces. So come over here and I've created a set of even numbers. So 8, 4, 10, 2. And you use these curly braces right there. Okay. And you enter your data, comma, and so on and so forth. And you print your even number and it prints out this. Now here's the interesting thing. If you look, pay close attention, you notice it's the way it's written is 8, 4, 10, 2. But when it's printed out, they're printed in a different order. 8, 10, 2, 4. So this is what you mean by when somebody says that they are not ordered. In other words, they are not printed in the same order in which they were entered. I entered 8, 4, 10, 2, but it printed in 10, 2, 8, 10, 2, 4. All right. Let's create some sets. You can also create a set from a list or a tuple. So in this case, I have a list, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, a list, and I convert into a set, and then I print my planets. And it prints out my planets right there. Then I have a tuple, same entry, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. This is a tuple, and I convert that into a set, and then I print my planets, and it does that. So this is how you can actually create another set using tuples and list. Now, one of the thing about set is that they help you remove duplicates. So let's go back and let me just comment this link out. All right, so I have elements, let's say even number 8, 4, 10, 2, 4, 4. And if you print this out, in this case, it's going to remove duplicates. As you can see, you have 4, there are 3 4s over here, and now it's only printing 1 4 right there. The duplicates are removed. This is a pretty handy tool now. So let's say you have an email. So this is a simple application. Let's say you have an email. This is a lot of emails over here. And you want to remove duplicates. All you have to do is just call set function. Okay, call set function on email, and then when you print it out, it's only going to print unique emails. So the rest of the duplicates are removed. You cannot access elements of a set using an index. If you recall, from your tuple and from your list, you were able to access elements using indexing. Over here, I cannot use this like this because sets are not subscriptable. That's the word. They are not subscriptable. So they don't have a concept of like 0 index, 1 index, 2 index. They do not have that. So if you try to access an index, it's going to throw an error like this. You can also add and remove elements from a set, by the way. So in this case, I'm trying to add an element. So let's say I have a set. This is guests, Sarah, Wutzberger, Charlie. 3 people in there. And I want to add David to that. Let me comment this out. Run this. And there you go. I add David to that. And I print my guest. And as you can see, your David has been added. All right. Now, let's say you want to remove an element. You can remove that too. Dot remove. Just say guests dot remove. So this is an inbuilt method, and remove Charlie. So if there's a Charlie in there and you print it, it's gonna remove Charlie. And as you can see, Charlie is no longer here. Charlie is gone over here. There's no Charlie. Set operations. Very important. So sometime you have these elements. So let's say you have a class which is art class and you have gym class. Okay, so some people, they have enrolled in the art class, some students have enrolled in the gym class, and you want to find you want to find the name of all the students who have enrolled both in the art and gym class. So you can use this operator. This is called union. So class art of union class gym, that's going to give you Zena, Geeta, Alice, Charlie, Bob, David. These people are enrolled in both classes. Now if you notice, Bob and Bob was present over here. They are duplicates, but it's only going to print the unique ones. So let me help you visualize this. All right, so let's say this is my class arts and this is class gym. Okay, let's say this is gym and this is my art. Now over here you have Alice. Okay, so let's say this is Alice And I have Bob. Bob is also in B. Then I have Charlie. So let's say this is Charlie. And then I have Zena. Zena is, let's say, over here, Zena. And then in your class gym, okay, this is your gym, and this is your art class. Okay, in gym you have Bob, you have Zena, you also have David, and you also have Geeta. So when I combine both, when I actually use the combination of this, when I use the combine right there, it's going to take all the students from this class, all the elements in this class, all the elements in this class, and it's going to print it out what all the elements over there. So it's going to unionize this. So it's going to print A, C, B, G, D, G. And as you can see, it printed all the students over there. If I want to find which students are in both classes. So there's something called address operator. Okay, this is called intersection. So you want to find how many students are present in both classes. Actually, which students are present in both classes. You want to find that. So use this operator right there. Class art, address operator, class gym. And it's going to give you Zena and Bob, because Bob and Zena, they're in class art, right? And they're also present inside class gym. So Bob and Zena, they're present in both of them. You can see Bob, Zena, Bob, Zena. They're present in both classes. What if you want to find students that are only in class art, but they are not in gym class? In other words, you only want to find these students, right? Students that are in class art, but not inside the gym class. Well, you can do that too. You can do class art minus gym class, okay? So it's going to take this, all the elements from here, and it's going to remove all the elements from this list that are present inside the gym class. So it's going to remove B, Z, D, G, all those things, and you're left with AC, which is Alice and Charlie. And so it prints Alice and Charlie. You can also do class gym minus class art. What it means is that find me all the students that are in class gym and they are not in art class. So you say class gym minus class art. In this case, it's going to print your David and Geeta, which is right here. Okay, David and Geeta, which is this right here. Now, let me just go back, remove this. All right. You can also check for a membership in a set, whether if an element is present inside a set. So I'm over here. In this case, I'm checking. If let's say I have a word set, Python, Java, C++, JavaScript, I want to check if the word Python, if Python is present inside this, okay? So if I can use this in operator. This is called checking if using, this is called membership checking, okay? I'm checking if an element is the member of a word set. So if search is in word set, it's going to print, oh, let me just run this first. Okay, so Python, which is my search string, it is inside my word set. So it is, since it is inside my search, inside my word set, it prints search is in set. On the other hand, if I type something else, let's say 3333 over here, and now when I run this, it's going to give me Python 3 is not in the set because this is not satisfied. So in is an operator that you can use to check if an element is present inside a set. Okay, thank you, students.